Hey friends, it's Shereé, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my sewing plans for this week, maybe the next 2 weeks, because let's be honest, your girl, she kind of over plans a bit. Sometimes I plan all the things, I prep all the things, but then the time is not realistic. But I want to share with you all the things that I've been cutting up, okay? If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. Let's get into this video. All right, friends, so some of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you, I actually cut and prepped to sew last month, but it's so cold where I live. The sun will peek out. It'll trick me into thinking that, yes, it is spring, it is warm, I need to wear all the spring things, and then it's actually really cold. And so I'm very sensitive to temperature, right? So my really cold may not be your really cold, but to me, it's too cold to wear some of the things I want to sew up. So I'm going to walk you through the things that I've cut and prepped and that I hope to complete in the next week or two. So let's get started with the very first thing on my rack here. I have started hanging my items because I found that when I prepped things and put them in the closet, I would get, distracted. It happens. I've said this before. Sometimes I get distracted by new pattern releases or pretty fabrics, and I don't complete the things that I prep because I quickly move on to something else. So I have determined that it's good for me to be able to see the items that I've prepped so that I can see how far behind I'm setting myself by jumping to the next thing, and also to encourage me to stay excited about the things that I've prepped. So in this bag here, I have two Friday Pattern Company saltwater slip dresses. I have plans to wear this with long sleeve cotton t-shirts, as well as possibly my Friday Pattern Company patina blouse or short sleeve cotton t-shirts. So I'm going to just hold up the fabric so that you can get an idea of the fabric that I'll be using. This is a really beautiful floral. It has pink and blue and yellow, and it's going to be such a great spring summer dress. I'm going to definitely enjoy wearing that, and it's just a basic 100% cotton. The other fabric that I have cut and prepped for this saltwater dress is this gorgeous fabric here. This is a viscose. It is very drapey and flowy and gorgeous. Now, to me, I look at this and I think fall because of the colors, but it is floral, and I think this is going to be great to put on top of lots of things in my closet, as well as under maybe a blazer, and I might be able to transition this from spring, summer to fall because of the colors in it. I've had this in my stash for a very long time, so I'm happy to finally cut it, and I think that these are going to be two very quick projects to whip up. So I have two of them ready to go, and I cannot wait to sew them up. The next pattern that I have prepped is the Mimi G Simplicity S8889. Oh, you can't see that through the plastic. Give me 1 second. This is actually the crop top button-up top that I've made before. I made it out of a beautiful fabric from Modes For You. This is the top that I'm speaking of, and I'm actually going to make one out of a white cotton. I just want a basic white look just like that I can pair with jeans or any of the other pants that I plan to sew up in the coming months. I think that this is a fantastic pattern. When I made it the first time, I loved that so much that I decided that I want to make several more. I think it's really great to have a basic white button-up in your collection. I have several, but this is going to be my only cropped version, and I think it's going to be so cute with all of my outfits. So that is something that I'm looking forward to making, especially since I've made it before and it was a fairly simple sew. So that is one of my other spring sewing plans. The next thing that I actually cut and prepped, I shared in a fabric haul video. It was my plan to sew this up last month and include it in my makes, but it was too cold to wear it, so I didn't sew it. Let's just call it what it is. I didn't sew it because I was too cold. The fabric that I used for this is the gorgeous denim with the little bees all over it. This is my Ariel skirt by Tilly and the Buttons. And this is what the line drawings looks like for that particular pattern. And I did end up, originally I mentioned that I would be cutting between these sizes. I didn't want the super short mini or the really, really long, but I think I actually went ahead and just did the long version. I'm excited about this because I think it's going to be very cute for spring and summer. It is white, so I will be careful about where I'm sitting and all of that. I also have decided that I'm going to sew up a basic white slip out of some leftover peach skin fabric that I have in my stash to wear under this skirt, since it is going to be white and a bit sheer for a denim. I'm excited to make this. I might use some statement buttons, maybe yellow or big black buttons. I'm going to ask you to please forgive me for a moment. My children are loud and they're right outside this window where I'm filming. So if you hear them fighting or yelling, please forgive me. All right, so anyways, that was the other thing that I prepped for last month that I didn't get sewn up. Let's move on to the next item. The next item that I cut and prepped is actually a pair of shorts. And I'm excited about this shorts because I think it might be cute to pair it with my new white cropped button-up. And it is McCall's 8057, and they're just these little elastic waist shorts here. I think they're going to be a great addition to my spring summer wardrobe, and it's going to be made out of this gorgeous linen that I shared in my pattern haul most recently, and it's fabulous. It's such a pretty bright yellow with beautiful white flowers on it, cotton that I got from Joann's. So it's going to be a breezy, lightweight, comfortable pair of shorts that I can pair with either my button-up, or I can pair it with my patina blouse. That would be really gorgeous. Or I can pair it with just a random t-shirt in my collection. I'm excited to make these shorts. It's going to be the first kickoff in my short making journey, because this summer I've told myself you're going to wear the shorts, okay? It's not going to be just about dresses this summer, okay? This summer I'm going to wear some shorts, okay? And since I don't actually own any shorts that fit, I'll be making some shorts, okay? So this will be my first pair of shorts that I make for spring, summer, and I'm really excited to make them. The next item that I prepped is something I prepped months ago. It's something I told you about that I actually was reluctant to follow through on completing because it is something I traced off from a Fiber Mood magazine. And because I fluffed up the first thing that I traced, I was afraid that I may have done the same thing with this one. So I have been very reluctant to sew it up, but it's time. This is such a gorgeous blouse. It's called the Rosen, and if it comes out the way I envision it coming out, it's going to be the perfect spring summer top. I made it out of this gorgeous cotton voile that I had left over from making my best friend's Be Bold dress by Ellie and Mac. If you haven't seen it, I did a sew along for that dress. So if you want to sew along with me and make your own Be Bold dress, please do check that video out. This is what the fabric looks like. It's very lightweight and floaty. Gorgeous and yellow. Come on guys, you know I love wearing yellow. So this is going to be a fantastic blouse if I'm successful, if I didn't mess up tracing and cutting out that particular pattern. Fingers crossed. If you pray, throw up a prayer for your girl, because I would hope that I didn't waste that gorgeous fabric by cutting out some wonky pattern pieces. So that is prepped and ready to go, been ready to go. So it's time to go ahead and sew that guy up. The next thing that I prepped is actually a skirt, and it's a button front skirt. I know, all the skirts with all the buttons, but it's actually going to be a fairly quick make, I think. It is something that I wanted to make a couple months ago, and because it was cold, I put it on the back burner. But it's McCall M7981, and I did cut version C, which is the shortest version of the skirt, because I don't have a lot of this fabric left. It is left over from a gorgeous wrap top that I made out of African wax print fabric. This fabric is from House of Mommy Wata, and it's gorgeous. It's got these big, beautiful flowers all over it. They're gray and yellow and white. This fabric is stunning, okay? It's definitely a showstopper. So I'm going to make the shortest version of that skirt out of this, and I plan to pair it with so many things that I already own. So yeah, I hope that it comes out really nice. I hope it's warm enough for me to actually enjoy this skirt. But if it is, you guys are probably going to see it all over Instagram because I won't be able to stop myself from wearing it. All right, so the next thing that I prepped is really special to me because it is a vintage pattern that I had in my stash for a long time and forgot that I had. And what's interesting about this is it is something that I actually inherited from a sewing school that closed down. And I think it's fantastic. It has 3 different crop versions of this top. And I like all 3 of the versions, but the version that I actually cut and prepped is the one with the collar, and that's this one here. It is recommended that you make this out of laundered cotton, broadcloth, chambray, muslin, sheeting, handkerchief, linen, and to be honest, it looks like there's crinkle fabric on the images on the front of the package, or like a bubble gauze from Joann's would work nice. But what I chose, because I wanted to test the pattern out, it's a vintage pattern. I haven't sewn many vintage patterns, and I hear that the sizing can be interesting. So I just had some scrap red fabric in my stash. I actually don't even know what type of fabric this is, but if I had to guess, I would say it was a type of polyester fabric. But this is gorgeous, and it's red, and I'm going to use some really great red buttons. And hopefully it turns out really nice. I think it'll be really cute, and I can wear it with jeans and stuff. So I'm excited because it's a pattern that I haven't seen many things that look like it, and the fact that it's cropped and has 3 different options, it's going to be really good for spring and summer. So hopefully that turns out nice. And this is something that I prepped months ago, and it was one of those things that I got distracted and I moved on to something else. It's not that I don't want to sew it, it's just that something shiny and new caught my eye, and I just put this on the back burner. It is another Tilly & Buttons Pearl cardigan, and it is cut out of, let's see if I can get a little piece without unraveling everything. It's cut out of a blue French terry fabric. Maybe I can pull a little bit, maybe you can see it. This is the color, and it's really pretty. Lightweight French terry, very lightweight. So I could potentially wear this as a shirt and not put it over something, or I can wear it as a cardigan over something else. So that is something that's prepped and ready to go. Now the next thing is a huge project that I actually cut after Christmas, and because I'm a selfish sewer, I never sewed it, and it's for my husband, so I definitely want to get it sewn up. I think what helped me to really lose the appeal to sewing it is that he isn't very confident in my ability to sew something that he'll like for himself, I feel. So after him making a couple of comments about it, I was like, well, there's no rush for me to get this done. I'll get it done when I get it done. But I actually spent a lot of money on the supplies for this, so I definitely want to go ahead and finish this project. I spent all the time cutting all the pieces. And this is the Mimi G S9458. It's a 2-piece, and I already cut everything, special sourced all the hardware. So I need to just sew it and prove to him that I can make him something fantastic that he loves. I purchased this really gorgeous, expensive organic French terry fabric from Stone Mountain & Daughter. It's very thin and lightweight, which I did not anticipate. I ordered this online. I thought it was going to be a little bit more weighty. So I'm really concerned that my hardware might be a bit heavy, and I'm hoping that it's not an issue because I want him to enjoy wearing this. We'll see. I think that for sure the joggers will be fine. I'm just concerned about the weight of the jacket zipper on the actual sweatshirt. If it's too heavy, it will flop and it won't hang right. So I'm hoping that I did an okay job with pairing my hardware with my fabric. We'll see. Okay. In this bag, friends, I have a couple of things, one of which I don't actually think I'm going to sew up. And I hate that I'm saying this because it seems very wasteful, but it's something that as I was cutting it, I was feeling not so great about it. It's similar to a toaster sweater pattern that I've made before out of a sweatshirt fleece. And it is a Berta Easy pattern. The number escapes me at the moment, but I made it out of a sweatshirt fabric, and it was good in that, but I think it needs to only be made in that. And I cut out a version in a double brush poly. So I don't think it will lay the way that I hope it will lay, which is why I'm reluctant to even sew it up. But since I cut it, I might as well just sew it. And if nothing else, I can wear it in the house. But it's this gorgeous, like light pinkish violet fabric with bright yellow flowers all over it. It could be really cute if it comes out and it proves me wrong, right? The last thing is a shirt dress out of this gorgeous African wax print fabric that I've had in my stash for a very long time. So I cut the fabric. I absolutely want to make this button-up dress. I want to make it. Yes, yes, yes. I just cut it and put it on the back burner when I got distracted. But it's something that I do want to wear because I'm very excited to wear it, and it is Simplicity 8546 in that fabric, and it is the long version. So that's it. I say that's it like it's not a lot, right? I know, I'm trying to hide my scissors. I find that if I can't find my fabric scissors, then I don't feel as excited about cutting new projects, right? But since I'm so organized, my scissors are always available. I gotta figure out another system. I gotta figure out another way to stop myself from starting new projects without first completing the ones that I've already prepped. I don't want to be one of those people that has tons of projects in her closet from the previous year waiting to be sewn. And friends, I still have 2 pairs of overalls that I have not sewn that are in my closet that I cut last year. My red corduroys and my bright blue Heyday dungarees, which would be so cute to wear right now. So if I could pull those out and actually sew them, I would know I would enjoy wearing them. But anyways, those are the only 2 projects that I've carried over from last year. And the rest of everything that I sewed and prepped last year has been sewn. And I need to catch up, right? I don't want to let myself cut anything else until after I sew these things up. Friends, give me your strength. Send me the good vibes so that I stay on track with my sewing. If you suffer from this problem as well, please show me some love in the comments and let me know that I'm not alone. If you don't, then please forgive me and just support me and help me with your positive encouragement in completing these wonderful projects. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe. And I can't wait to post something else really awesome for you in the near future. Bye.